Good evening, world. It's Ivan Amir here again. It's 6:41 in the evening. Ivan, you're making it very late. Yeah, I overslept a little bit. I set my alarm for 3, then I ended up sleeping till like 4:30, and I just finished watching my recent video, obviously, and now it's like 6:41 in the morning. So I'll be done this video. I have enough time to make a video. I'll be done this video in around 8:10 around there, 8:10, 8:15. I'll be done the video. And I'll be able to upload. And you guys will. This video will get uploaded around 8:20 around there. And right now it's 6:41. So today's your lucky day. I was able to do a 3 video marathon for you guys. 3 videos is very, very rare. Chances are I'm gonna do on average 2 videos a day around there. 1 to 2 videos a day I'll do. Whereas 3 videos is whereas if I do 3 videos every day, it's gonna wear me out. And I'm gonna be very, very fatigued and tired. So I'm saying I won't be able to pump out any more videos. So I'm saying. Hope you guys enjoyed my last 2 videos. Oh, Ivan, that was sick. I guarantee you guys are shocked. Holy! I guarantee you guys knew. I guarantee you guys knew my math was off. Yeah, Ivan's math must be off because you're looking at the whole world ordering it. Yeah. Do the math. $160. 160 times 700 million is 112 billion. And that's just 700 million people. If 900 million people buy it, me and VJ will make even more money. But my guess is me and VJ are gonna make about that $60 billion range. $60 billion range for Zanus for the merch in the movies, and Amazon will make their what? Their 48, 47 billion around there, 46 billion. Amazon will make, and it's both Ivan and VJ and Scott and Amazon signed a massive contract. My deal is 61.39. If Amazon does not agree for what I'll do is I'll put Amazon in a pickle. Okay, I'm gonna put them in. Look, my final offer is 61.39. I want to do this deal that way I can give the actors and my 17 a piece of the profits. That way I keep everyone happy because there's nothing worse than you and VJ. Even though I'm paying, even if I don't give the actors a piece of royalties, I'm still easily competing with Hollywood because the actors are gonna make they're walking away with millions in the bank, obviously. But chances are some of them are gonna be a bit angry because it's like they know, yeah, we know Ivan and VJ have the fucking keys. Everyone around the world's connecting to their fucking minds. And we know the whole English-speaking world is going to buy their movies. There's 1.3 billion English-speaking people around the world. Obviously. And you also have the foreign countries like China and Japan and all of them. Whereas I don't believe Amazon is in Africa. Amazon is not in Africa. I believe Amazon is in a few places in Africa, like South Africa, but Amazon is not in Africa. Hence why the people in Africa will not be able to see my movies. Because Amazon is not in Africa. It's not in Africa, you see what I'm saying? It's not in Africa. But what I can do is me and VJ can do charity. We can do charity where we can do charity where we go to eat. We go to a lot of the countries in Africa, and we donate a lot of a lot of the movies. We buy me and VJ. We buy a bunch of 4K Blu-ray players. We buy a bunch of the movies, hundreds of the Zanus movies, obviously, and we buy a bunch of TVs, and we have like we put the TV in like a community or something like that. That way the people in Africa can see the movie. You can do some of that if you want. If you want, obviously. We'll see what happens. Yeah, man. I guarantee you guys were shocked. Holy shit, Ivan. You're really going to make that much money? Yeah, man. My movies are going to do like 112 billion in sales for Zanus. And my merch is also going to do like $100 billion in sales. My merch will do maybe 90 billion in sales. Yeah, man. Me and VJ are going to make like $60 billion off of Zanus. Off the merch in the movie. And Amazon will make like 46 or something like that. 46 billion or something like that. 45 billion they'll make. I don't know, 24 billion they make off the movie and they make it 20 billion off the merch. Both parties are making a lot of money. Yeah, man. That's why the Amazon CEOs are going to love me, VJ. That's why Jeff Bezos is going to strike it rich, man. He's going to become the most powerful man in the world, Jeff Bezos. Because what? The amount of money, my movies will be Amazon's #1 seller. Like, if you think, like, you know how Amazon Studios, they make their own shows on Amazon Prime? Yeah, my movies are gonna what? Take out all those shows by a milestone, by tens of folds, man. See what I'm saying? It's gonna take it out by tens of folds. It's gonna take it out, man. Yeah, man. Hence why, Ivan, your product is our #1 seller. Is our number one. So hence why for my movies and merch, you have to sign with Amazon. You have to meet with them because Amazon needs to prepare. For my movies, Amazon, you look at something crazy. You're looking at like 700, 800, 900 million people around the world ordering it. Amazon needs to prepare. Their employees have to prepare. Hence why they can handle the order, but they have to be prepared. At the same time, if me and VJ don't sign with Amazon, Amazon will take 50% of the profits for America, and America is a big market. Is one of the biggest markets in the world, obviously. That's why you have to sign that contract with Amazon. Me and VJ take 61%. You take 39%. That's the deal. So I'm still true to my word. I'm not going to be greedy and take 65. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm not going to be greedy and take 65, 35. No. I'm being a bit too greedy as Amazon has overhead costs. They have a lot. Yeah, our employees are going to cost us hundreds of millions of dollars in costs. They have huge costs, and so I'll give them a nice. I'll be generous enough. I'll give them a nice 39%. Obviously, but I'm gonna go. I changed my offer a little bit. Instead of 64, I'll give them 61.39. That's my deal. That way I can pay the actors the give the actors a piece of the royalties. And that way you keep, if you want to keep guys like Will Smith, Keanu Reeves, because Scarlett Johansson's greedy, man. Like the fact that she took Disney to court because she thought they screwed her over for the deal. Obviously, that's how you know Scarlett Johansson's a greedy woman. You see what I'm saying, her? She made 20 million for Black Widow, which is a lot of money. She was tasked to make an actual like 25, 30 million dollars in royalties for the movie. So she was supposed to make like 50 million dollars for the movie, and she thought she got screwed over, and she took Disney to court. That's how you know Scarlett Johansson's a greedy woman. You see what I'm saying, huh? She's greedy, man. Obviously, Keanu Reeves, he signed a $250 million contract for the Matrix. That's how I know Keanu Reeves is also. I heard Keanu Reeves is the kind of guy who's willing to take pay cuts and all that stuff. I heard he's a pretty generous man in Hollywood, but Keanu Reeves is obviously a greedy man. The fact that he signed that $250 million contract for the Matrix, he's obviously greedy. Even though I heard he's generous, he's obviously greedy. Keanu Reeves, yeah, and I'm greedy. Yeah, he's greedy. He's a bigger ace actor. He's greedy. All the bigger ace actors are all sharks. They're all greedy sharks. Obviously, Keanu Reeves' agent's greedy. Keanu Reeves' agent's obviously very greedy. Hence why what? He signed that he made $250 million for Matrix. But I heard he took a pay cut. He put a lot of the money towards special effects, and he gave like all the main like special effects people like a $1 million like salary or something like that. He paid them all like he paid the main guys a nice like $1 million salary or something like that. I heard he did that for them, obviously. But Keanu Reeves is obviously greedy. You see what I'm saying? Ben Affleck is obviously greedy too. He's a shark too. They're all sharks because they're bigger ace actors. Even the small ace actors are greedy too. As small ace actors, they make a lot of money in Hollywood too. They make their nice 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 million Hollywood, 10 million Hollywood. It's very rare that small ace actors get 10 million. Chances are, if the guy's a small ace actor, he makes his like 3, 2, 4, 5 million for his movies. Whereas the bigger ones can negotiate for their 6, 7, their 8, their 9, their 10 plus million. The bigger ones can negotiate. But sometimes even small ace actors can make 20, even 15 million for a movie. It just depends on the budget of the movie. You know what I'm saying? There's exceptions where even some, like Jason Momoa, he's a small ace actor. He got $15 million for what? He got $15 million for Aquaman. And yet Jason Momoa is a small ace actor. There's sometimes where the small ace actors can get paid a bigger ace or salary. They can even make their $15 million for the movie, even $20 million. I heard Ryan Gosling got $20 million for his new movie that came out, that's coming out, whatever it is. For his new movie that he did recently, he got like $20 million bucks. And Ryan Gosling is a small ace actor. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Ryan Gosling is not a bigger ace actor, guys. He's a small ace actor. You see what I'm saying? Ryan Gosling's also good for the him that movie too. You can have him compete with Tom Holland if you want, or Tom Hiddleston. You can have him be Safai Winnan if you want. He'll be older by then. He'll be like in his 50s, obviously, because Ryan Gosling is like what? He's like in his late. He's about 40 right now. He's like 38 right now. Ryan Gosling, 38, 39 right now. So he'll be like in his 50s by then. He's pretty. He's also good for the him that movie too. Ryan Gosling is worth like, I don't know, 30 million bucks. I'd pay him like 12 million for the role. It's a good deal for him. 12.5 for the role, and I'd give him 0.01, 0.02%. Ryan Gosling for 0.2%. I'd give him for the him that movie. Pay him 12.5. You can have him compete with Tom Holland if you want for the role, or Hayden Christensen. I'd rather have Hayden Christensen because Hayden Christensen is cheaper than Tom Holland. You see what I'm saying? Hayden Christensen would guy do movie for $9.5 million. He's not as big as Ryan Gosling. I mean, I'd rather have Hayden. But I might have Ryan Gosling perhaps compete with Tom Hiddleston. He's cheaper than Tom Hiddleston. Obviously, you can have him compete with Tom Holland if you want. I think Tom Holland's really good for that movie though because he did Uncharted. You see what I'm saying? So he's really, really good for that movie, and Hayden Christensen's good for that movie too. Obviously. And Tom Hiddleston's really good too because Tom Hiddleston did what? Tom Hiddleston did King Kong. Hence why he's really good for that movie. High chance the actors for him that movie, I might have them work out a little bit for the movie. I might have them do like 3 months worth of 3-month training or something like that. So if Chris Hemsworth's in that movie, I might have him do 3 months training. But the guy works out, but I'll have him do 3 months training. I might have Natalie Portman train. I might have Will Smith train, Tom Hanks, Dwayne Johnson. I'm gonna have all those guys train for the role. Obviously, Tom Holland. I'm gonna have them all trained. Me and Vijay will train too. Because in the island, we're gonna be running. We're gonna have vests. We're gonna be running. We're gonna have vests. We're gonna be running, fighting off the vampires. But in that movie, we don't have to do that much training. Maybe only like 2 months with training. 2 months quick training. I'll have the actors do mainly like treadmill training, and they do a little bit of weights because they're gonna be running a lot on the island. I'm saying you have to have them be in shape for that. You see what I'm saying? You have to be in shape for the role, man. Obviously, but going back to the deal with Amazon, the deal me and Vijay are going to sign with Amazon is the biggest movie contract ever. It's the biggest contract ever signed, pretty much. Has no contract around the world. Well, there's been bigger contracts signed, I'm pretty sure. But it's the biggest movie contract ever, man, signed in Hollywood. Even bigger than the Disney-Fox deal. Disney bought Fox, guys, for $60 billion. So the deal I'm signing with Amazon, guys, is the biggest movie contract ever. Hence why I'm going to call it the big deal. Me and Vijay take 61% of the profits. And Amazon takes 39%. We make a lot of money, yeah. And if Amazon's greedy, I'm like, look, guys, if you're greedy, I'll just release them over online. You're missing out on the billions. I'm going to tell Amazon, because there's a high chance Amazon might get greedy. Ivan, what if we get 40%? I'm like, look, man, my final offer is 61.39. As realistically speaking, the deal should be 70-30. Because what? At the end of the day, I'm the main show. The only reason why Amazon's making this money is because of you're making the money off my success. But at the same time, Amazon is a worldwide company. They can distribute my movies worldwide. They can distribute my merch worldwide. Hence why they take that stress off me. They're in over 100 countries. Hence why they're worth a nice 39% of the profits. But I'm not going any lower than 60. I'm not going any lower than 61. I'm not going any higher than what? Than 39%. I'm gonna keep saying that. 39% is good enough for Amazon. Don't accept my deal. I have an deal. We know we're gonna make our $45 billion off your movies and merch. Amazon's not stupid. They know. We know we're gonna make our $45 billion off the amount of money Amazon's making off my movie, my merch is like a portion of their earnings, man. Like 50% of their earnings. Amazon makes about, I don't know, $100 billion a year or something like that. They make like $80 billion a year, $100 billion a year. Yeah, they make tens of billions every year. The $45 billion they're making off my movie and my merch is more than like half of the earnings, man. As me and Vijay's company, I will be boosting the Amazon stock. Amazon stock is going to skyrocket, and they're going to become the most powerful. They're going to become the most powerful company in the world, man. They're gonna beat out. I believe Apple is bigger than Amazon. I heard Amazon, I think, is like second or third biggest company in the world. You have Apple, and you also have what else? There's another company I forget. Apple, but Amazon is bigger than Disney. It's bigger than all those big 5 companies. Amazon's bigger than Disney. It's bigger than Warner Bros. It generates more money than Disney, Warner Bros. All those countries, all those companies. You see what I'm saying? It generates more money than all those companies, obviously. Hence why I'm willing to hey, VJ, the only way, I'm going to keep saying this, the only way I'm going to give the actors a piece of the pie is if I take home 61%. If I don't take home 61%, and I take home 60, John Favreau and all them don't get squat. They get their bonus and that's it. Their bonus or salaries and that's it, which is still good enough. John Favreau will still accept my deal even if he didn't get a piece of the profits. Because $34 million, he's making now like $50 million for Zanus. He's making like $30 million after taxes, John Favreau. For my movie, he'll still be happy, obviously. I told you, because he knows me and Vij are going to make, I don't know, 60, 58 billion off the movies and the merch, obviously, for Zayn. John Favreau definitely might be a bit pissed off. It's not fair, Ivan, you and Vij are making all that money, we're not getting a piece of that, man. Yeah, you guys are not worth it. You're not worth my money, obviously, but I'm nice enough to give you a nice 0.1% to keep John Favreau and Dave Filoni happy. And I also want to keep my other 5 happy. That's why I'm going to give them a nice 0.01, 0.02. Obviously, the profits. Obviously, so the secondaries will make on average about maybe $4 million in profits for all my movies around there. 3.5 to $4 million bucks in profits. They're going to make $5 million perhaps. The secretaries will make it's a nice paycheck for them with their $1 million yearly salary for the 4 years and their 2 bonuses. And the other guys are going to make their $6, $7, $8 million in bonuses. Nice paycheck. So my lawyer, accountant, and head of production are going to make on average about 15, 16, 17, $18 million for all my movies. It's a nice pay. They're gonna strike it rich, man. They're gonna make a lot of money, obviously. Because the reason why I'm willing to give them a piece of the pie, because I know they're not making as much as John Favreau and all of them. And to keep them happy, if I give John Favreau and all of them a piece of the pie, and the 17 don't get anything, they might be pissed off. Hey, why like John and them are making way more than us? Yeah, Ivan, you're paying us a lot of money, but man, like John Favreau are making so much money, like they're gonna have a beautiful retirement. Whereas we're making a lot of money, Ivan, but we're what? We're what? We're like, because we're only making, if you're making $2 million a year, you're making a good living, obviously, but you can easily blow a lot of your money. You see what I'm saying? And chances are the 7 team, if I only pay them $1 million and $2 million, chances are they're probably going to have maybe $800,000 in savings, right? By the time the 20 years are up, they're not making the kind of money John Favreau and all of them are making. Whereas John Favreau and all of them are going to have tens of millions in the bank by the time the 20 years are up. You see what I'm saying? But if I give the secretaries a piece of the a piece of the profits, and they make, I don't know, they make $5 million, $4.5 million for all my movies in profits, and the other guys make $7, $8 million in profits, they can now they're now making their millions, and they're now making their extra millions, obviously, from the profits. They can now have a nice retirement for themselves. But because they're not making as much as John Favreau and Dave Filoni, I'll give those guys a retirement package. Because they're not making as much as John. Because they might blow their money, right? They might blow a lot of their money. So I'll give just to be safe, I'll give the secretaries a $1.5 million retirement package, and I'll give the other. But they'll be fine though, because they're going to be making, the secretaries are going to make like $4 million, $5 million in royalties, man, for the royalties, excluding their yearly salary for a couple years, and the other guys are going to make like $7, $8, $9 million, $8 million in royalties. And so I don't need to really give them a retirement package. I don't need to give my team a retirement package, guys. I don't need to. I'm being way too generous, guys. Yeah, I don't need to give the secretaries a retirement package because they're going to get their royalty checks. I don't need to give them. I changed my mind. I'm not going to give them a retirement package. The only people I'll give a retirement package are the photographers and all them, because they're not making the kind of money my 7 team are making. You see what I'm saying? So Eric Chong, if he's hired, I'll give him $200,000 retirement package. That's nice. That's a good paycheck for him. That's a nice retirement for him. And I'll give the photographers a nice $200,000 retirement package. Obviously, the graphic designers, web designer, I'll give them like a $150,000 retirement package. That's a nice retirement for them. And then the doc team, I'll give them $200,000 retirement package. Whereas the 7 team don't get squat, because I'm already paying them a lot of money, man. I'm not going to give John Favreau $5 million if I'm giving him if he's making, I don't know, if he's making $60, $70 million off, $75 million off the royalties. I'm not going to give him a retirement package because he's making more than enough money. And Dave Filoni, I'm not going to give him 3.5 because he's making his what? He's making his what? He's making his, I don't know, 30 million, 25 million, 40 million dollars in royalties, excluding his bonuses and his gratuity salary. That's why I'm not giving him a retirement package. The only way I'll give my 17 retirement package is if they don't get a piece of the royalties. So if my other 5, if the secretaries and the lawyers know them did not get a piece of royalties, I would gladly give them the retirement money. If Jon Favreau know them didn't get a piece of royalties, I would give them the retirement money. Just in case of blood. But because they're now getting a piece of profits, they won't need the retirement money. Because Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, when they retire, they're going to have millions in the bank, man. They're going to be rich. Rich. As I told you, Jon Favreau will be making... Okay, Jon Favreau gets his $34 million signing bonus. He gets his $34 million signing bonus. Obviously. He gets his $6.8 million salary. That's already $40 million in salary, obviously. And he gets $3.5 million for the remaining 3 years. 3.5, 3.7. Yeah, he's making like $50 million. $51 million for Zanus. For his salary. And he also gets his $250,000 bonus. Obviously. And he's making a good, like, I don't know, he's going to make a good $70 million in royalties. For $75 million in royalties. For my Zanus movie. And Jon Favreau's going to make like $120, $25 million for my Zanus movie. In money, yeah, man. As Jon Favreau will make a good what? About $500 million for the 20 years he's making. Jon Favreau, $500 million he's making. Dave Filoni's making half of what he makes. He's making like two. Dave Filoni's gonna make about like $190 million for the 20 years in money. He's gonna make a lot of money. Dave Filoni's gonna make about $50 million for Zanus. He'll make like $40 million. Yeah, Dave Filoni's gonna make like $170, $180 million. 90 to about $200 million for the 5 movies. And Jon Favreau will make his $500 million, $480, $470, $500 million in money for the 20 during the 20 years. He's gonna make a lot of money. He's gonna be richer than what? All these fucking Hollywood celebrities. Yeah, man. He's gonna become big, Jon Favreau. He's already big, obviously. He's worth $100 million, but he's only gonna become richer and big, man. Jon Favreau will be the most powerful studio exec in the industry. He'll be more powerful than Kevin Feige, man. And Kevin Feige's powerful, and yet Jon Favreau will be more powerful than Kevin Feige. And Kevin Feige's powerful. He's a powerful studio executive in the Hollywood industry. Kevin Feige's powerful, man. He's the fucking boss of Marvel, man. He's the president of Marvel Film Studios. Jon Favreau will be more powerful than Bob Chapek. Bob Chapek is the CEO of Disney. He'll be more powerful than Walter Hamada. Walter Hamada is the head of the DC film universe. He'll be more powerful than Ann Sarnoff. Ann Sarnoff is the CEO of Warner Bros. You see what I'm saying? He'll be more powerful than what? Than Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy is what? Kathleen Kennedy is powerful too. She's a president of Lucasfilm. And Kathleen Kennedy, because she's a president of Lucasfilm, she probably only makes like $50 million a year. Kathleen Kennedy. She might make 20, but I highly doubt it, because Bob Chapek makes about $20 million a year. And he gets it with his bonuses, he might make $30 million a year, Bob Chapek. You see what I'm saying? Whereas Kathleen Kennedy, she probably makes like $16, $15 million a year as president of Lucasfilm. You see what I'm saying? I'm Jon Favreau, and Kathleen Kennedy's Jon Favreau's boss. You see what I'm saying? And when Jon Favreau works for me, he'll be more powerful than even Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy's powerful, man. She's a boss of Lucasfilm. So all the Disney movies, all the Disney Star Wars movies and shows, Kathleen Kennedy is the boss of all that. She's the boss. She's a studio head of Disney, and Kevin Feige is a studio head of Marvel. So Kathleen Kennedy is big, man. And my guess, Kathleen Kennedy, she probably gets a piece of the royalties for some of the movies and stuff, because she's a boss of Luke. She probably gets her $16 million salary, and she probably makes a couple dozen $1 million in royalties. She's powerful, man, for her movies, because she's a boss. And Kevin Feige probably makes about $20 million around there, $17 million for all his movies, and he probably gets a nice $20 million for the profits, $25 million for the profits for his movies. Considering he's the boss of Marvel, he might get a piece of the profits, Kevin Feige. But even then, he's not making the kind of money Jon Favreau's making. You see what I'm saying? Even Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni's even making probably more. Dave Filoni's probably going to make more than what Kevin Feige makes, or about the same amount of money Kevin Feige makes. Whereas Jon Favreau will guaranteed make more money than how much Kevin Feige makes, because he's making like $70 million in royalties for Zanus, excluding his $34 million simultaneous and his gratuity salary. You see what I'm saying? Jon Favreau will be the most powerful studio exec in Hollywood in the industry. Not in Hollywood, because he will no longer be in Hollywood. Would it be the most powerful studio exec in the entertainment industry, in the film entertainment industry? Will be powerful, Jon Favreau. Me and VJ will be the most powerful people in the entertainment industry, obviously. But I told you, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are going to run my company on my behalf. You see what I'm saying? They're going to be running my company on my behalf, obviously. They're going to be the boss of my company, and my 7 team are also going to be powerful too. They're not going to be the most powerful people, obviously, because I'm not paying them as much as Jon Favreau and all them. But they're gonna be powerful too. My 7 team too. They're making a lot of money. They're making the kind of money the A-list actors are making in Hollywood. You see what I'm saying? They're making a lot of money. Obviously, my 7 team are also going to my other 5 are also going to be powerful too. They're going to be very powerful people, obviously. But Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are going to be very, very powerful because they're getting paid a lot of money, and they're the co-CEOs. They're going to be the co-CEOs of my company. They're going to be the boss. You see what I'm saying? They're going to be boss of my company, man. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. You see what I'm saying? I told you the only way I'm going to give the actors and all of them a piece of the profits is if what? Amazon agrees to 6139, which they will. I'll put them in a pickle. Look, guys, my final offer. No, there's no room for negotiation. This is my final offer. Me and VJ take 61. You take 39% of the profits. That's my deal. And Amazon will summon Ivan. It's a deal. Yeah, they'll accept my deal. Obviously, I put them in a pickle. And if they don't accept my deal, I'll release my movie online. And what? I'll release my movie online, and they're missing out on. And you're missing out on the what? You're missing out on the billions. I'm like saying that. That's why Amazon will agree. Ivan, it's a deal. Because they know they're gonna make, I don't know, they know they're gonna make their like $45 billion, $30 billion for my movies. Yeah, they're gonna accept my deal, obviously. They're gonna make a lot of money, Amazon. Yeah. There's a high chance, I guarantee you, there's a high chance the moment Amazon signs that contract with my company and they make, I don't know, Amazon made their $45 billion off my movie and merch, high chance the employees might go on strike and they might want to raise. Hey man, you guys signed a contract with Ivan. You made your $45 billion. We want to raise. The employees might want to raise. Because I heard from Amazon, the employees make on average like $15 an hour. They make like minimum wage, man. Because Amazon's cheap, obviously. High chance the employees might go on strike and they might demand like an $18 an hour raise. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the managers might demand a raise. Yeah, they might go on strike. And yeah, guaranteed, I'm making a prediction that might happen, man. Like, what the fuck, Jeff Bezos, know what I'm saying? You signed that contract with Ivan and VJ. You made $45 billion, $48 billion for his movie and his merch. You pocket like 10, 15 billion for yourself. You can easily give us all a nice, yeah, the employees are not stupid. They know, yeah, we worked our asses off for your movie. We worked overnight shifts just to deliver the hundreds of millions of 4K Blu-ray discs and posters. We want a fucking raise, man. We want like a $17 an hour, $18 an hour raise. And Amazon might cave in and give them a raise. Amazon can easily afford to give them a raise. They're just cheap, obviously. But a high chance, because Amazon signed that contract with what? With Skyscraper, high chance they will give the employees a raise. They might give them like a $17 an hour raise. A nice $2 raise they might give the employees. Because $15 an hour is minimum wage, guys. Ivan, how much money is, if you make 16 plus an hour, that is no longer minimum wage. If you make 16 an hour, that's pretty good money. You're making like 30 grand a year. Around there, 35 grand a year. You need to make at least like 17, 18 hours to do pretty good for yourself. Like, if you have a family and all that stuff, you need to be making a good like 17, 18 hours to do pretty good for yourself. To feed your family, obviously. And that's why a lot of the Amazon employees, they might go on strike and they might demand a raise. Hey, we're not working unless you don't raise our salary to 18 an hour. 18 an hour. And Amazon might do that, obviously. Oh, yeah, we'll give you a raise. We can afford it. Yeah, you made your fucking, I don't know, $45 billion. You can easily give the employees a raise. Easily. It will only cost you an extra, I don't know, $80 million to pay your 100,000 employees. You can easily afford it. It's pocket changers. We can afford it. Yeah, they can afford it. But I told you, because we live in a greedy world, and Jeff Bezos is a shark, he might not give them a raise, I'm saying. But the employees might be pissed off, like, what the fuck, Jeff Bezos, I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you signed that big contract with Ivan and VJ, you know what I'm saying, for this guy's company. Like, we all know we're not stupid, Jeff. You know what I'm saying? We know you made a good, like, I don't know, $45 billion off the movies and the merch for Ivan Zanis movie and his merch, obviously. And you pocketed a good, like, I don't know, 15 billion for yourself. Because Jeff Bezos is going to pocket a good chunk of the money, obviously. You pocket a good, like, I don't know, 15 billion for yourself, 20 billion for yourself, and you put the rest towards a company. You can easily give us a raise. Yeah, you can easily give them a nice $17, $18 an hour raise for the employees, and you can give the managers a nice 25 an hour raise. You can do that. I'm saying, as if I was Jeff Bezos, I would give the employees a raise if I made that kind of money. I'll give the employees a nice like $18-19 an hour raise because I'm generous. I'm not cheap. I'm saying. Yeah, man. I wish, man. I guarantee everyone's like, man. I wish my boss was like Ivan, man. Ivan's so fucking generous. You know what I'm saying? He's greedy, but he's not cheap, man. He makes sure all his employees are well taken care of. Yes, I am greedy, but I'm not cheap. I make sure everyone who works for my company is well taken care of. I'm paying everyone some good money, obviously. I'm paying everyone some good money. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying everyone some good money. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying everyone some good money. Obviously, but there's a high chance even some of the Lord of the Rings crew. I'm gonna just preach here. There's a high chance some of the Lord of the Rings crewmen, you know what I'm saying, they might get cocky. Yeah, but am I gonna get a piece of the royalties? I'm like, are you fucking crazy, man? You're not getting squat. You're an average fucking crewman. I'm not giving you squat. You're not worth a dime of my royalties. Zero. You're not worth it, obviously. And some of them might even try and get like $180,000. My guys, man, you think I'm stupid, man? Like, you're not, like, realistically speaking, I should be paying you, like, what, $70,000-$80,000. I'm nice to pay you $1,000. You're never going to make this in Hollywood. This is my final offer. $150,000 is good enough. As you don't make this in Hollywood. You guys make your shitty $35,000 in Hollywood. And you get your shitty food. I'm giving you a $2,000 gift card. That is good enough. Well, you're giving Peter Jackson, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Some of them, yeah, well, you're giving Peter Jackson, you're giving Peter Jackson 0.6% of the pie. It's not fair. He's making like $200+ million for the royalties, and you're paying him his $100,000. My guys, wake the fuck up. You're not Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson is a fucking mastermind behind Lord of the Rings. Obviously, he was the boss of the movie. Obviously, he was a director and co-executive producer of Lord of the Rings. He's responsible for building that franchise. He's worth $1 billion+. You're not him. You're an average person. Peter Jackson's not an average person. He's a fucking celebrity. A big director celebrity. You're a fucking average person. I'm not going to pay you. I'm not going to give you pieces of royalties. You're not worth it. And I'm not paying you any more than $1,000. You're not worth it, obviously. High chance the Barry producer might try and get a piece of the royalties too. I'm like, Barry, you're my assistant producer. I'm not giving you a piece of, well, you're giving your 17. Yeah, they're my 17, Barry. They're my main people. I'll pay you a nice like I'll pay Barry a nice like $750,000 to keep him happy, obviously. But that's it. I'm not gonna give him a piece of royalties. As I'm already giving all the Xena stars and my 7 team a piece of the profits. Me and VJ are gonna make like 59.2% for Xena's for the movie because I'm giving so many people a piece of the pie. You know what I'm saying? Hence why I'm not giving any more. I'm giving all my major stars and my 7 team, obviously, a piece of the profits for Xenos. Hence why I'm not giving Barry or that Fran woman or that Philip woman a piece of the profits. I'm sure I can have her.